hey, how's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Good. How is everybody doing tonight? We didn't even get to chat before this started, so hey, how's it going? How's your Sunday? How's your weekend going?
Oh, so far so good. Just trying to scramble on the new setup that I got, trying to get everything together. But it's looking good. I got to fix this light. You can get nothing but shadow on me.
Oh, that's the hat. That's the hat, man. There you go. See? Yeah, get that hair out there. Get the mustache. The mustache is looking killer, man.
I'm trying. It's getting there. Finally, it's finally getting enough length to where the underneath will spread out above my lip, and then it'll start curling up. So I'm getting it.
Yeah, I like it. What are your coworkers? Well, your coworkers probably don't see it because mask life, right? Yeah,
that's it.
That's what they get to see.
The ones that follow me on social media, they know what's up. They know what's good.
Yeah. Stream looks good to me. I don't know. Like, I'm playing it on a second device over here and it seems fine. So hope it looks fine for everybody. What's up, Matt, Eric, Jason, Billy, Vato, Ryan, Randy. Who am I missing here? Cameron, BMS, RTR, Jason Hill, Sean, Chops, Amrit, Rob. Go Browns, man. I am hoping for some... I'm choppy? Oh, it's good now. Okay, I was going to say, man, I shouldn't be choppy. Dang, you pay for this amazing internet stuff and you get choppiness. It's kind of crazy how some of that works sometimes, but what's up, Adam? How you doing, man? Hope the move is hopefully complete and we're getting closer to that big special day, which I'm super excited for you. Still choppy.
Did Adam get a different house or?
Yeah, he moved just like in the same building to a bigger place.
Oh, nice.
For family expansion.
Ooh, oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it's going to be... I think it's going to be pretty... I'm excited. I'm still excited. Yeah, get my money back. Let's go. Okay, so... Move done. Just count down the days now. Okay, so let me go into my router real quick and just make sure that my computer is prioritized. What's new in your world? Okay, so guys, I've seen this comment like on a few videos and a few things about David, and I'll address that in just a few minutes here, but let me try to prioritize my internet real quick, and in the meantime, we'll let Mason talk about what's new in his world, how the twins are, what's new with the twins, because it seems like they change every day, right?
It is. It's amazing how like day to day, but week to week. So my twins go to daycare, unfortunately, for 3 to 4 days a week, just depending on my work week. And when I get to spend a full day with them, on Friday, Saturday, or Sundays, it just seems like they're an entirely different child the next week. They're climbing chairs. They're getting on their little push tricycles, all on their own, and jerking them around saying, let's go. Things like that. Poppy's gotten really good about dressing the dog in clothes. So that's been fun. So, and we've kind of nicknamed her the Panty Bandit lately because, she raids drawers. So if you catch which drawer I'm talking about. So she comes out, she has them on. Looks like she just went to Mardi Gras or something.
Yeah. How about the dueling pianos? Has that happened?
Yeah. So it's really funny. Like Galilee is just calm and she's sitting there and hitting a few keys. And then they're side by side. So Poppy's over there banging on him, banging on Galilee's, banging back on hers, back on Galilee's, and Galilee's just over there gently playing along. So they're chaos. They're chaos.
Yeah, that is chaos. I imagine it's chaos to the ears. That's what it would be for me, is chaos to the ears, and I don't. I just don't know how I would handle it, but
yeah, it's a little twitch.
Yeah. So what's up? We got Clint in here now, tattoo and bearded. Barton saying hey to everybody. Adam over there. Smoke Dude and Amber. That's actually, I wore that the other day and it's so good. What's up, Mick? So I'll just address a lot of people are asking about David and what's going on with that. And it's Joseph English, man. How have you been, brother? That's crazy. I haven't seen him in a long time. Are you still living in South Dakota? But the David thing, it gets very time consuming to run YouTube. And when you have a family and you have other interests and there's a lot of drama in the beard world and all the likes, and then you have a computer part go down that costs a lot of money to replace. And he just didn't have the commitment, the time commitments, the time to commit to the channel the way that he wanted to and the way that we wanted to. So he decided it would be better to do his channel again so he can do things at his own time and not feel pressure to put out a video a week or anything like that, and just kind of come and go as feels needed for him. So he decided to do that, and we had a good conversation yesterday. We were just not even beards. We were just talking tech. So that was good. You know, he's kind of really jumping into the tech side a little bit more. And so I think he's kind of following more of a passion than the beard passion, which is fantastic for him. You know, I like I told him, I want to support anything that you want to do. And if your passion is in technology and things like that, that's where you should follow, you know, follow what your dreams are and do that. And, you know, things happen in life. And the most important thing is family and making sure that our family is supported in the way we need to. And I know he picked up a second job at times. And so just getting through the holidays and things like that. And probably more going to be in the tech side of things from what I understood yesterday. So I think that's kind of, you know, nothing bad happened between us. We didn't have like a falling out or anything like that. Or it was a time and commitment and a money, you know, when computer parts break and you're a techie, it's not a cheap fix. It's well, if this isn't working, I want to go get this one that's $600 or $700 because I want the better one, you know? So it's like, it's interesting how things work. And like, you know, I even like I ordered a graphics card for my computer in November and I still haven't got it. And it's like, I mean, that's like just $1,000 that this company has on my money that I'm just kind of like, okay, at some point, I would really like to get the graphics card, and I know they're hard to get right now, and they're back. But you know, we'll see when that happens. And I'm waiting because I want to get that video out on my other channel, and it's just like slowly just waiting for that graphics card to come in so I can hit that video. But what's up, Dagan? How you doing, man? So yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, a lot of I thought it had been addressed a couple times, but I kept getting questions about it. So I just wanted to let everybody kind of know what happened from my perspective and where it's at. So that's pretty much what happened. So now we're kind of just got the beardies out of the way, which is awesome. Mason and I have developed a friendship over the time. And I mean, he's not doing anything on Sunday nights to say, hey, you want to come in here? Come in, let's just chit chat. And, you know, we like to talk. You know, most of our conversation is about science and a lot of that stuff, but, you know, a lot of family stuff and day-to-day life and what's going on. And I think day-to-day life gets so hectic and crazy sometimes that it's nice to just have a buddy that you can be like, hey, how the twins? Hey, how's work? What are you doing today? What's going on today? And to be able to just talk about stresses and things like that and not necessarily tie it into the community too much because that induces a whole bunch of other stuff, you know. So it's nice just to get you know, just to have somebody that you can relate to on the science and the feel side of things and family and stuff like that. So it's been awesome. Yeah, Mason's a really good science guy, and that's what kind of trips my trigger is just like, what do you think about this? Because I'm not getting this out of this field, which is supposed to happen. And when I do the research, it's supposed to do this, but I'm not feeling it. like, what are you thinking with it? And blah, 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 blah. And we go. So it's, whatever Mason's doing on his stuff when he goes live on Instagram. I'm talking about Mason like he's not here, but he's right here live right here. He's like your live streams where you just talk nerdy and sciencey. It's like those are the most engaging to me because those catch me of like, okay, this is interesting stuff. I could learn something here. And when we talk reviews and we talk reviewers and starting a YouTube channel, it's like, what can you bring? And it's like that's something completely different. And sometimes it goes over people's heads, including mine. But then it's like kind of when you think about it, it's like, okay, so let's start with porosity and what this is and this and this, and then start figuring out ingredients. And there's a lot of people in the beer game like that still haven't quite figured out ingredients. And I'm one of those because there's some where it's like, okay, this oil has this ingredient in it and it doesn't feel very good to me. But then I find another oil that I'm like, okay, this does feel really good to me. Oh, what has all the same ingredients? So it's like ratios and where it's sourced from and all that stuff. And it is kind of interesting how that stuff can kind of break down, right?
It is. And if you really, I'm not saying I don't spend more time on certain carrier oils, but if someone asks me for like a 1-second recommendation on a carrier oil, or hey man, how different is what I get asked the other day? How different is red raspberry oil compared to linseed oil? How different are they? How did the fatty acid profile? How did the fatty acid profiles line up? That's
what I'm burning tonight, dude. This thing is awesome. I love this scent. It's like one of my favorite scents in the world. It's
Which
so
one
good.
is it?
Spiced Honey
Ooh.
by Captain Stash.
Sounds
such
good.
a good candle.
Speaking of Captain Stash, Clint, I got to thank you again and again. I just won a Captain Stash giveaway overnight. Last night, I guess I did, and I was already passed out in bed. But that's pretty awesome. It was like his cigar box. So thank you again, Clint, for that. Just give you a shout out, buddy. But
is the Sasquatch scent recommended? I think the Sasquatch scent is good. I don't know if I'm sold on ostrich oil yet, particularly, but if we're talking just scent, like I think Sasquatch scent is a really good scent.
And I've never really heard too many bad things about Black Rebel scents. You know what I mean? Usually they're pretty good. And I'm kind of biased, or not biased, but uneducated on that aspect, because the only one I have is the Creeper, which was a fantastic fall cologne. But if that's his style and his depth, I guess you could say, of scent profiles.
Yeah. Well, he has like a pretty dark like base to pretty much all of his scents. There's just a dark base in there that I haven't quite figured out yet, but Jeepers Creepers, when I got that scent, I texted him. I said, "This is your best scent that you've ever made," and I think it still probably is, in my opinion. Jeepers Creepers was an awesome scent. It was just really good. But the Sasquatch is a really good scent too. Smelly Turtle, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
I love his name. I'm not gonna lie. Smelly Turtle. I saw that. I was like, oh my goodness, that's a fantastic name.
The thing is, turtles really do stink. Like I had a turtle once, and that, like, they just stink. Like you clean the aquarium is just radiating stinky. But it's fun to watch them eat because they just like put something in their mouth and they like shred it with their front claws. I don't know.
Did you have a red ear slider or a box turtle, or what'd you get?
Just like a turtle that you catch in a pond.
Probably a red ear slider then.
That's like a regular turtle that doesn't snap. And I've been bitten by a snapping turtle when I was a kid, and it was like, what the heck is this thing going on?
Yeah. Sorry, I go in species over here,
Yeah, see, I'm not much for species. It's like a snake is a snake is a snake. They're all stupid. And, like they're all dangerous. They can all kill you. They're all snakes. They're the same. They just need to go away. And turtles, they probably just all stink. So they all stink. They all have shells. They're all the same. Unless it's one of those big ones but they don't call those turtles. They call those tortoises. You know, the big ones that live for like 10,000 years, and you can ride on them.
Is that your dream type? Ride on
we have this. Well, we have this place here that it's called Reptile Gardens, and it's just like a bunch of like reptile stuff there, and they like wrestle alligators and stuff. But they have a tortoise there that you can ride on, and that's how I guess I know that. And they're super slow moving, and they seem so nice.
That's a unique tourist attraction, I would say. I don't think I've ever heard of. I mean, I've seen like the small little roadside zoos and stuff before, but not quite that. That's
we have a lot of super weird tourist attractions here because we have Mount Rushmore. So we're already a tourist destination because of Mount Rushmore. But so then they throw in like a ton of little tiny things like we have it's called the 1880 train, and it's a train that you just ride on it for like tours. But it was used in the gold mines and the gold rush in the 1800s. So you're riding on the actual tracks and everything from the 1800s. But like Reptile Gardens it's this big dome, like a huge just dome. You drive by and it's just like, what is this dome? And there's just this dome, and you go in there and it's like an indoor greenhouse type thing where they have trees and water and stuff, and there's just big snakes hanging from trees all around the place. Like, what is this hellhole of a place that we're in right now with just these giant snakes hanging all over? So you kind of like book it out of there, and you get to the outside where they have the outdoor stuff, and they have like alligators or crocodiles or whatever, and they wrestle them and they put on a show and all that stuff. And it's stupid. It's really stupid. But if you like reptiles, I suppose it would probably be a good place. But I think reptiles are dumb and pointless, and they're slimy and scaly, and there's only a few things in this world that I like slimy, and the reptiles are just like I don't want them. I don't like them. I don't think there's a use for them. So
they have to have like one Aussie guy there, but like just pull the Steve Irwin, if it's not too soon, pull the Steve Irwin and just like crikey, wrestle the alligators.
Yeah, they don't really have an Australian. I think we could probably get one, but no, they don't really have an Australian. So, I mean, they could, but yes. I mean, snakes are stupid. If I see a snake, I'll probably jump on the lawnmower and chase it down and try to get rid of it because it's worth it to have that thing gone. We have rattlesnakes here, which I guess they say they're deadly or something, but I mean, it's just like, just stay away from them and you don't have to worry about it. And again, if God wanted to do something really magical, like get rid of snakes, I'm totally on board. Like they say, if you have mice, what is it? If you have mice, you have snakes. I don't know. If you have snakes, you don't have mice because they eat them. But let's say I'll take mice over snakes. Like I've seen like pictures of like people in Arizona and stuff where they open like a cabinet and there's like a snake in there or like a snake hanging from a light fixture. And it's like, what kind of monster does that? I've never seen a black bear get into anybody's house and just chill in a cabinet. Like give me a bear, not a snake. Anyway, that was a little rant there.
So what animal do you like then? What is your non-snake preference of choice?
My of animals?
Yeah.
Chickens. They lay eggs and you can eat them. Let's see.
It's a good option.
Yeah, so chickens, I mean, they're pretty good, and you can just leave them outside year round, and they take care of themselves, and they just peck around, and they pick the bugs out of the grass and stuff, and they poop a little bit, but they lay eggs, and you can eat it. They're good, and when they get old, I don't know what you do with them. You just let them go or something, but I mean, fish, you just put them in a tank of water and let them swim around and look pretty. I mean, that's cool.
You can still eat those. You pretty much like animals you can eat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would eat any hobby fish. I think that's kind of weird. But, yeah. I mean, I saw it on that one movie. What was that movie with Tim Allen where he had, like, the jungle kid, and they brought him back to the city, and he ended up eating, like, all the fish.
Jungle to jungle?
Yeah, jungle to jungle. Yeah, so, I mean, I could do that, but, I mean, I think dogs are okay. I don't like sheddy dogs because then they leave hair all over everything, and you have to like spend $1 million on lint rollers to get the hair off before you go to work. So and then they ruin furniture and things like that. Cats kind of do the same thing, but they're so cuddly and stuff. But they're rude. Like if they're in a bad mood, you're in for it. You know, like they will make you pay. Yeah, they're just sassy. Dogs just like they just wiggle and they're always just happy to see you and things. But you know, then it comes to like if you want to travel and stuff, like what do you do with the dog? I don't know. So I mean, cows are cool. Like cows are cool. They don't do anything but sit out in the pasture and eat the grass. And then when you're hungry, you have like 500 pounds of hunger like right there. So that's cool. Sheep are pointless unless you need to knit a coat, but like that doesn't do anything anymore, you know.
Or you like lanolin. Just saying, throwing that out there. You like some lanolin, you need some sheep.
Yeah, true that. So, I mean, realistically, if I could have like a little hobby farm, that would be my animals of choice, just because I think there's actually value and point to them. You know, they say dog is man's best friend, but I mean, I've had dogs and I didn't feel like the friendship was very mutual. They didn't. They listen, but they don't talk back very well. It's hard to have a two-way conversation with a dog. So
now I have a question. How do you feel about the fainting goats?
Fainting goats are hilarious. So if you go on, I've had one before. My dad had one, and it was so fun to make it faint. But if you get one of those, if you get a Karen who owns a fainting goat, she get mad at you if you make the goat faint, because supposedly it shortens their lifespan every time they faint, because it's like stopping their neural system or whatever. And so sometimes the people get mad at you when you make their goats faint, but it's so funny. It's so funny. It's like, if you just go on YouTube and find fainting goat videos, it's almost as funny as reading the sugar-free gummy bear reviews from Amazon. Like both are a fantastic pastime, but you know, I was reading around on the sugar-free gummy bear reviews the other day on Amazon. It's always good for a kick of laugh, you know. It's amazing. I mean, do you like fainting goats? I mean, I feel like the twins need a fainting goat. Like, what's your address? Oh. I will send you a fainting goat.
I mean, honestly, they would probably love a fainting goat. I'm pretty sure they would scare the crap out of it. They would faint, and then they would just keep attacking it. So I'm not sure it would ever wake back up, being the issue. It might be a one-time fainting goat. Gonna need like a, you know, like an assembly line of fainting goats over here. They're nuts.
Yeah, see that? Like you can line them up and play dominoes with them, because once one faints, then all of a sudden they all are fainting. So it's just like ding, 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 and they'd just be like a domino effect of fainting goats. So
that's a hilarious suggestion.
Oh, okay, so we're back to beard stuff now.
No, my bad.
Black seed oil. What do you think of black seed oil?
So black seed oil is very interesting. So I haven't actually looked at the Bahawat, I think it's called, but I found black seed oil before. Like, it wasn't long before, but it was about 2-3 weeks before Dan's video came out. And I went over black seed oil. And it's supposed to be really good for hair. It can even help with hair regrowth. And it's just it's a good oil. I will say it is a good oil. It has a downfall. Black seed oil, occasionally called black cumin seed oil, has... well, it smells, you know what I mean? It has some spiciness to it. It's not going to be, you can't put it in an unscented blend and it truly be unscented. It's going to have a little bit of something to it. So that's kind of a downfall to it. But personally, if you have a lot of tobacco, cologne, you know, those types of scents, it's really not going to, you know, be a detriment to your brand, you know, or to the scent profile. But yeah, it actually, I've read some studies on the black cumin or the black seed oil, and they have shown some benefit for, you know, not just hair, benefit to hair, but some hair regrowth if it's used in appropriate portions consistently and all that other fun stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's quite a few scent profiles you can come up with that would have like that would be okay to have a spice in them. You know, so if it has a little bit of a spice, I don't see it as like a huge deal, because I think there's a lot that could actually happen. So,
and I have a bottle of it. It ain't too bad. It's really not. It's not that bad.
Where my Browns fans at up in here? I mean, is there any Browns fans that are in here watching this instead of watching the Browns beat up on the Steelers? I know it's early, but 7-0 Browns up on the Steelers. I mean, that's huge. So,
are they? Damn it.
Yeah. So we got Russ Young in here. All right, we got the king of likes. He's going to tear everybody apart until they like this video. So I see him come up in here, and I'm just like, all right, here we go. We got Russ. We're going to hit our likes are still going to start going up here because you got the like. Yeah, see, oh, that's awesome. Like, I just want to see the Steelers get destroyed because I am, for my Steelers fans, I'm sorry. I just never liked them. I don't know what it is about them. I've never liked Big Ben. I think it's probably because they're always beat the Chiefs and they're always good, so I just never had a reason to really like them. But like even this year, they got so much hype behind them when they were undefeated at like 9-0 or something, and it's like you haven't even beat a team with a winning record yet, and then you go face a team with a winning record and you lose 3 straight games. So it's like you're not as good as you thought you were. Big Ben's old; they need to move on from him, which I think he's probably in his last year. But Deshaun Watson to Miami, ugh, that's crazy. That could be dangerous. Could be dangerous. But what are they going to do with? I mean, I don't know about that. It'll be the Steelers and the Chiefs in the AFC divisional. I prefer that over the Ravens, and it looks like it's going to be the Ravens, but we'll see. Actually, it might be the Browns. If the Browns win, I'll take the Browns.
See, I'm from West Virginia, and we and them Ohioans have some beef. So it's a fun thing. I just, even if I wanted to support the Browns, I just, based off my, origins, I just can't do it. Can't do it. Ohio State, the Browns.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's kind of like the true underdog story now, too, because not only do the Browns suck, and not only are they the Browns, and they're probably one of the worst football teams in like NFL history, right next to the Lions, but like, and the Bengals, I mean, Ohio sucks, I guess, but it's like when they kind of have a decent season, they squeak into the playoffs, and then their whole coaching staff gets COVID, and now they're out there playing with like out their head coach and all this stuff. It is kind of an underdog story, and then to beat the Steelers, which would be huge for Browns fans. So yeah, the Vikings are awful too. The Vikings were my dad's team, so I grew up being forced to watch the agony of a Vikings fan and be involved with it. And it was really like being a Chiefs fan. They were halfway decent every year and found a way to mess it up until the last couple of years. So it will be the Steelers and the Chiefs. Yeah, Clint, I love you to death, Clint. I think you're an awesome guy. I think you make decent products, but you got to watch what you're saying because your review's coming this week, and I wouldn't want anything to sway my opinion on your products. So you might want to calm down with that Steelers talk. Ugh. I'm just gonna go like, average products. He's a Steelers fan.
Yeah, I've recommended part of this, carrier blend, but that's actually just terrible. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I love the design. His candles are pretty awesome, but he's a Steelers fan, so average. Just another run of the mill. Steel. Yeah, see what I did there? The pun, like the steel meals, like just another run of the mill.
I see what you did. It's nice.
What's up, Beta? How you doing, man?
Sucks when you have to explain it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. That's like 90% of my jokes is I have to explain my jokes because in my head I'm just like, you see what I did there? But like the person like I'm talking to is just like blank, and I was like, no, they don't see what I did there,
So let me tell you why it's funny.
Yeah.
Let me educate you about why this is hilarious.
Yeah, can I tell you why this is funny and why you should be laughing right now? Let me tell you. Let me tell you a story here. Browns just scored again. All right, so 14-0 Browns. That's pretty awesome. That's really good.
Dang.
But, the Browns know how to blow it, so it's still early. The pear candle or the sea candle? I did not. I got spiced honey and then like a humidor one, and those are both really, really good. But the pear one sounds really good too. I don't know. I'll have to, if the Steelers win, I'll have to suck up to Clint a little bit and see if I can get those. But I'm not really going to talk to him if the Steelers lose. I think I might need to give him a couple days to
I don't
recover.
know. I'm thinking that spiced honey and humidor together would be pretty nice.
Probably. I mean, this spiced honey, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like, it's not spices that like get to you. Like it's not like walking into a spice store. It's not like that. But you get the honey, but it's more of just like a dark honey is kind of how I would explain it. It's not like that overly sweet honey smell. It's like a dark honey, and it just smells so good. It's just amazing. It's not overly strong, but it fills the room, which is what I like, and it's not too much. Like I got a candle the other day, and I smell it, and I'm like, "No, this is awesome." And then I light it, and it just like destroys the whole house. It was so strong, and I get like this massive headache, and I'm like texting. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick. I'm gonna have the worst. Like, I don't think it's COVID. I think I'm getting like a throat and nose thing. And then in the next day, I felt fine. But then I came into my studio and the candle was just sitting on my desk, and I got a whiff of it as I walked by, and it started happening again. And I was just like, oh, it's that candle. So I put the lid on it and kind of stuck it over on the other side of the studio, and it's been fine ever since. But there's some candles that do that to me, even like at Bath and Body Works. There's just some that don't hit me right or something. I don't know. Oh, spice honey in a beard wash.
That sounds nice.
Wow. We need to get it in an oil.
Am I crazy for thinking spiced honey and a cigar would be good together? Am I weird for thinking those scents would match?
No, I think you could take spiced honey and like the humidor, or put a tobacco or something together with it, and it would probably be really good.
I don't know, maybe a little bit of bourbon with it too. Spiced honey, bourbon, tobacco.
Yeah, I like that.
Anyway,
with maybe just a little bit of vetiver, because I love vetiver. Vetiver is just like really good. Or you can a straight tobacco would be good with it. Yeah. See, Clint, let's try this. You're onto something here.
Just a little puff of smoke.
We could come up with a new scent profile right here on the live stream for Clint to try out.
Oh, no, wait, no smoke. You don't like smoke.
You could do just a tiny, tiny little bit of smoke, as long as it doesn't feel like I blew the campfire out and then went and rolled in it like a dog. That's what I can't stand. I do not like that. And a lot of people go straight up for that campfire smoke, and it's just like, I don't want campfire smoke. I want smoke that's like you're driving down the road in the winter. And I know you probably don't experience this, but like fireplaces are rolling and you smell like the burning wood from a fireplace. That's the kind of smoke that I like, not campfire.
So fun fact, I live in the desert. It gets really cold. So I do have a lot of that. And then our air above our city cycles. So we basically get like smoked out when too many people burn at one time. So no, but that when it's light, that is a really good smell. I do agree. It's very, reminiscent of home and warmth, and I understand that. But yeah, a little puff of smoke on that, little spice smoked honey. That sounds great.
Yeah, I think something really interesting could come out of tobacco, spiced honey. I mean, you might be able to take like, definitely not Calico Jack. You have dogs? Oh yeah, you got the.
I have 2 dogs. 2 dogs, 1 cat, 2 babies, 1 wife. The usual.
Well, keep the wife at 1. I mean, that's good. Like 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 babies. I mean, that's fine. 2 houses, 2 cars, 2 jobs. I mean, whatever you want, but keep the wife in the single digits. I think that tends to work out the best. See, I'm kind of opposite. 2 divorces, 1 kid, 1. I got the 2 in the weird category, but it happens. Okay, so no, see this one. I don't. Castaway.
Oh yeah, how is that Castaway? I think that that's what the giveaway was in.
Castaway. That's interesting. So coconut, lemon, jasmine, golden amber, and tonka bean. Let me shake it. Twinkies. Mm.
No Twinkies. No offense.
Did I have a big wedding in my previous 2 marriages? No. I have never even had a wedding, honestly. My first marriage, we went to the courthouse, got our marriage license. There was an ordained minister at my work. I took the marriage license to my work without my spouse even being there. Had the ordained minister sign it, and I went to the courthouse. They signed off on it. My second marriage, we just went to like a little In-N-Out chapel one day, got married on the whim, and neither of them worked out. So my next one will have a real wedding, because I feel like maybe that's just what the issue is, you know?
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I had a similar thing. I went to the courthouse, got the marriage license the next day, overnight, found someone to marry us. And we got married in an Irish pub here in town. So I don't know.
Okay,
I guess we'll see. We'll check the Tyson theory.
Yeah. Well, I mean, God plays a big part in it too. When you think you have found, there's definitely just a different feeling, I guess. Because I mean, I would say in both my previous marriages, I wouldn't have married them if I didn't think they were the one. But then when you date more and you just see how people are, it's like, okay, so this really shouldn't be as hard as it's always been, right? Like it'd be a little easier. And, you know, I think when you get around the right person, that tends to happen. So Castaway is completely different out of the bottle as it is in bottle. Because when I smelled it, when I just opened it and smelled it, I'm like, there's no way I'm smelling this right. Because what I kind of get out of bottle, this is going to sound super weird, and I'm so sorry, Clint. This is just like sense of smell is so powerful, and it brings back memories. And the scent that the memory that just pops in my head as soon as I smell this is that smell of when you're a kid and you have those cap guns, and it leaves that little like powder that I guess it's gunpowder or whatever is in the powder, and like gets that smell. Like that's what I smell out of it, and I'm like, there's no way this scent profile of coconut, lemon, jasmine, golden, amber, and tonka bean smells like that. There's just no way. There's no way. So I warmed it up on my hand a little bit, and now it smells completely. It smells like it's supposed to. So you get a lot of the melon scent out of it, and I think it's blended pretty well. But like the first, like kind of the overall first top scent I get would be melon.
Interesting.
Like a melonish thing. So it must be the coconut and the lemon kind of mixing together, because I don't get overwhelming coconut and I don't get overwhelming lemon. So I'd say they mix together pretty well.
Nice. I heard it's like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be what, tropical getaway kind of thing, Castaway Key kind of thing.
Castaway. I mean, I think of cap guns, and I think of who was it? Was it Tom Hanks with a big old beard?
Yeah.
Was that Castaway, the movie?
Yes.
All right, Joseph. Thanks, man. Hope you're doing well over there in Watertown.
So we're gonna nickname this scent for you Wilson. Wilson.
Okay, so I just opened this bomb. This is how you know it's going to be a good bomb. Like, I have a feeling this is. Oh, it wants to. Like, look at that lip. It's like it would almost pop out of the tin. Like, it's got a good rattle. I think I could almost get it to like just in one whole piece pop out. This is going to be a good bomb. So this is the review that's coming this week. If you guys don't know, it's going to be Captain Sash. I'm going to do the candles, the soap, the oil, the balm, the butter on the new mix, because it's got the squalene, sweet almond, jojoba, jojoba, however you want to say it, broccoli seed oil, argan oil, sunflower, and fragrance. Admiral's Helm, grapefruit, lemon, peppercorn, ginger, vetiver, tonka bean, and frankincense. Okay, so first of all, frankincense sucks, but vetiver is awesome. So let's see. We're going to do this. What's up on Thursday? Oh, soaps. Okay. What's up, Bam? How you doing, brother? Good to see you in here, man. Thanks for stopping. We're just chit-chatting away here. Wishing, December was here. We missed Santa Claus. Have you decided, Bam, like, are you going to do it this year? Did you just take 1 year off? Are you going to do it in 2021? Or have you not decided yet?
So.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is really good.
Should I switch my giveaway winnings?
I mean, let's get it warmed up in here. Oh, that is super good. Clint, dude, good job on this one, man. This is a really good scent.
I don't know, Clint.
Okay, so you took 1 year off. Okay, cool. So Santa Claus is coming back this year. No, it's because the frankincense is the last scent on there, so you don't smell it. That's what it is. All the other stuff covers up the crap scents, you know? I don't know.
How do you feel about myrrh, then?
I don't like either of them. Honestly, I mean, not by themselves. Places. They definitely need something else to... they definitely need something else to go over them, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
But I mean, a lot of scents are like that too, right? Like Amber by herself isn't the best. Like she needs a friend to play with because she's just not that good on her own. But a lot of scents are like that. You know, they got to pair up with something else.
So speaking of Bam Christmas, wishing it was December. I just took my tree down, earlier today. When is the right time to take a tree down?
December 25th at 5 p.m.
I just feel like it's so much work just to have it, put it up, decorate it, tear it down like a week later. Oh.
Well, the problem there is you put it up too late. It's got to go up the weekend after Thanksgiving, December 1st at the latest. It goes up. So then it's up for 25 full days. That's long enough to go to the work because that's 3 days. But I mean, I think traditionally New Year's Day would be kind of like my traditional thing. But like this year, it was just like we just got like a mini Charlie Brown tree. And it was so dead because I forgot to water it. But like on Christmas night, I was just kind of like, what am I doing? Oh, nothing. Cool. Boom. And I just threw it out in the front yard. Actually, I stood it right up next to the front porch and it's still there. Like our trash guys don't take Christmas trees. So I have to drive it like 2 miles down the road. And I really don't want to put it in my car because it's going to leave pine needles all over the place. So I haven't decided, like maybe I'll just tie it onto the back of the car and drag it down there or hope the wind blows it away. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I mean, realistically, I've just been busy and lazy. Yeah. It's just been lazy.
That's fine.
It's fine in the front yard. It looks good.
It's seasonal still seasonal. It's fine. If there's snow outside, it's seasonal. Okay, so if the Browns win, they're winning 21-0 right now. That would be the lowest seed, which means they would play the Chiefs, right? So we might be playing the Browns next weekend. That'll be interesting. I'll have to just rag on Kyle and Joe all week long. That's half the fun, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, nobody wants to see a turd in the Super Bowl, so they need new uniforms, like, realistically. I don't know. Cut it up and use it for firewood. I mean, that's a point. I do have a chainsaw, but I don't have a fireplace anymore. Like, my new house, well, I don't want to say new. I've lived here for 3 years, but it doesn't have a fireplace, so that does no good. I mean, I could cut it up and throw it in a fire pit, but...
Everyone likes a good bonfire, you know what I'm saying?
Chiefs play the Browns, but the Chiefs' defense is weak. Hey, I agree the Chiefs' defense is weak, but they win, so... I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Yeah. Sorry, Beer Beta makes a good point. He's like, if there's snow outside, it's seasonal. Doesn't work here in Miami. I'm like, yeah. Or is he
Michigan? Oh, he's Michigan.
Sorry, Michigan. Yeah, because there's always snow outside, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's like South Dakota. We're in such a weird year this year. I cannot believe what kind of year we're having because it's like it snowed once in September and it was like 6 inches, and we've literally gotten nothing since. And usually by now we're like snowmobiling up in the hills, and it's like there's no snowmobiling to do right now. It's kind of sad.
It's a bad investment then.
boats and snowmobiles in South Dakota are bad investments because you just never know when you're going to get to use them. You want to come say hi to everybody? Real quick. No, they haven't seen you in so long. They want to see you and say hi. Come here.
Aubrey.
Okay, bye.
Aubrey.
I guess she's shy all of a sudden now. Yeah. I don't know. We went to lunch today and it was like to try to get her out from behind me. Like COVID's really messed kids up. Like she's so shy and crazy now. Like she was literally head so far up my butt. She knows what I ate for breakfast today because she wouldn't come out from behind me. It's like, come on, kid. Like stand next to me. Like people are not going to murder you. Like chill out here. Let's. I don't know.
2020 is over. It's 2021 now. No one's trying to kill you.
no, yeah, that hasn't happened yet. Like, maybe it has. I don't know.
Did you guys go out for lunch?
Yeah, we have a place called Sicky's Garage, and it's just like a burger joint, but they do like the craziest burgers in the world. But here's the good thing: they have really good cheese curds, and I say that having been to Michigan before or Wisconsin before and having real cheese curds. So it's like the closest real cheese curds you can get in South Dakota to Wisconsin. So they're really good. So I ordered those and then I was just like, hey dude, just give me the biggest plate of nachos you have. And he's like, oh, well, it's 3 layers, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, that'll work. He's like, you sure? Yes. Just bring me the dang nachos. And I ate them all. And then when I was eating them, I was like, okay, so do you guys have like a food eating contest at this place? And so he was telling me all about it. And he's like, well, it's 2 grilled cheeses with 3 patties in between, 3 pounds of French fries, and this whole thing. I was like, well, how long do you got to eat it? He's like, an hour. I'm like, no problem. Let's do this. And so I was like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do this challenge. He said only 2 people in the town have ever done it. And I get a free t-shirt. And it's like, you know what? For a free t-shirt, I'll eat anything. No, I'm just kidding. Just like only a free t-shirt. Like, come on, you eat like till you almost die and all you get is a t-shirt. Like, I want my picture on the wall holding my championship belt.
But is the food free?
Oh yeah, if I eat it all.
See, there you go. That's like $50 right there.
Yeah. So then I asked him, I said, can I bring a camera and live stream it? And he said, yeah, sure. So I was like, cool. What is a good day? He's like, well, I work Sundays. I'm like, Sunday would be perfect. He's like, just don't come during football. And I was like, how does 6 p.m. sound? Perfect. Awesome. So one of these Sundays coming up in the very near future, we are going to live stream Sunday Night Heat from Sicky's Garage and do the eating contest live right here with everybody cheering me on to see if I can eat this whole thing. Yeah. Like 2 grilled cheeses with then patties in between. I don't know. I'm just going to bring my championship belt, hang it around me. I'm going to have people watching and cheering me on. They're going to build like this little corner in the store and we're going to do this food contest. We have an hour. Like, I don't see a problem with an hour. And then he's all trying to tell me like, don't eat, don't do this. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I've won a couple eating contests. I know what to do here. Just down it.
Yeah. People don't know. You got a pregame, you know? You got a pregame, you got a game, and then you got to like post-game to come down off of the adrenaline.
If you go in there and, you know, he's like, don't eat beforehand. It's like, no, I've done that before. If you go in starving, you fill up super fast. You have to eat like 3 hours beforehand. So you're just starting to get hungry before you start eating the food. And then you just down it. Like people, I can't drink water. I can't drink soda or anything like that because I see a lot of food people do that, but it fills me up. So it's like, I just got to keep downing and downing and downing until I can't down anymore. But I mean, I'll be done in 20 minutes. I don't think it'll be that hard. I mean, he said the burger was like this high and it was like 3 or 4 pounds or something. And then like 3 pounds of French fries you have to eat. But I don't know. Like, to me, it just seems weak. I was like, dude, I did 4 Big Macs and 40 nuggets in 7 minutes. I was like, I think I can handle this in an hour.
Holy shit.
We'll see. Maybe I can get somebody to do it, like verse me and do it, live stream it versus somebody, but I don't know. Like, I'm feeling the hankering to have another eating challenge. And I saw my belt today and I'm just like, why does nobody want to challenge me to an eating challenge? Like, we can do this.
What's it been? 8 months? 7 months?
Since I did it?
Since you last, had an eating challenge?
It was my birthday. July 31st was the last time. And it's weird because I had an eating challenge against Jonathan Beardsman's wife. And I beat her, and I haven't seen her since. Like she just like went MIA. So, and I say that jokingly because I really know what happened, but it's Kyle and Joe. I mean, they talked a big game, beat them, swag Mo. Yeah, I mean, these guys think they can eat.
So you want to see someone eat? Find yourself that's a little skinny person. That's the person that's going to out eat you for sure.
Well, that's what they say. They're always like, "Well, where do you put it?" And it's like, do you watch eating competitions? Like, it's always like the skinny people that eat a ton. So it's 28-0, and Big Ben has 2 interceptions, and it's 28-0.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Yeah, I think the Steelers might be toast.
I mean, it's only the first quarter, the start of the second quarter, but that's
even worse.
To come back from.
Oh, that's rough for the beginning of the game. Anyway, so I like your backdrop. I meant to mention that earlier, but I didn't get to it. But I don't know if did you have this one up last time? The Be Kind Humans Helping Humans?
Nope.
Okay. I like your backdrop.
So I've used this one before, but then like I had it with David's name on the bottom, like where it says your name right now. And I was just, for some reason, I just always forgot to go change it. And tonight I got to the computer a little bit early and I was like, oh, I can go change that backdrop. So I loaded that up and changed it real quick for tonight. But I do like having some sort of backdrop in there. I think it looks cool and it's nice. And I really want to do something different than StreamYard just because I think there's programs out there where you can do a lot more interactive stuff. And I want to be able to have the chat be more interactive than what they are right now. And I know a way to do it. I know a way that the chat can play games. I know a way the chat can do like giveaways and contests and stuff without doing random number pickers. And they do it all right from the chat. And then it can integrate with the stream a little bit more. They get more recognition on the screen. They can do things to create effects on the screen and things like that. I just haven't had the time to actually go down and like sit down and integrate it all and do it all. But that's one of my goals coming up pretty soon. I know like the next couple of weeks I'm going to be really busy doing a website. I got contracted out to create a website for somebody. So I'll be designing a website from the ground up over the next couple of weeks here. And that I can be done in a day or it could take me 2 weeks. It just depends on how many problems I run into with it. Because if you run into one problem and then you have to send an email and wait for somebody to respond to fix the problem, or if you run into a bunch of stuff where you have to start coding, then it just gets to be a nightmare. Or you get all the way done and you want one thing to do one thing. You have one job, but you can't do it and you have to go recode the whole website just to get that one thing to work. So it's interesting. And so I'm kind of between work and I got a story about that too. But between work and like keeping up with reviews and Aubrey and life and all that fun stuff, it's kind of like I think the website building will probably keep me busy for the next couple of weeks until that launches, and then I'll start working more on the live streaming stuff. And I've been trying to do shorts more often. I don't know if I believe in the short thing yet or not. And then I've been trying to get my other channel producing a little bit, but I'm waiting on this stupid computer part that's taking forever to get here. So I want to hit that channel with like a video that's going to blow up right away. And so that's what I'm waiting on that computer part for. And then I'll do a live stream computer build hopefully by March, where I'll just sit here and live stream and have all the parts to build a computer, and we'll just build it together live, and you'll get to see all the issues that I run into, all the fixes that I'm going to have, and we're not going to stop until the computer boots up to Windows and is a complete running computer from parts and pieces laying all over to a running actual computer. And then I'll have a computer basically to do like, I'll use this computer for like my video editing and stuff. And then I'll have that one set up just for like live streaming probably. I don't know how I'll do it yet, or I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe it'll be Aubrey's. Maybe it'll be, who knows?
The most badass computer for what, Aubrey's what, like 9 for a 9-year-old?
Yeah. Well, realistically, it's like spare parts that I've upgraded in my computer and I've just never did anything with them. So they're all kind of sitting around. Then I realized like I have like almost enough parts to build a whole new computer. Like all I need is a CPU. So it's like, why don't I just go get a CPU and build a computer and have a second one that's still really high end, just not like crazy, ridiculously overdone like the one I'm using now. Finally tried Radical Tropic from Renewed over the past few days, and it's amazing. I've had it for a little bit, just never tried it. Might be my new favorite tropical scent. Radical. Radical's a good scent. Radical's a good scent. It reminded me of fruit stripe gum or zebra stripe or whatever it was. That's kind of what it reminded me of right away, but it's definitely Radical and Tropic.
So you said you had a story about work, I think.
Yeah. This is a stupid story. So they tell us in like July of last year, like, oh, hey, you're getting company cars. Actually, July of 2 years ago, of 19. They're like, you're getting company cars. And we're like, oh, that sucks. No one wants a company car. And so then we're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, it is what it is. Like, life goes on. Control what you can control. We can't control this. So just go along for the ride. Didn't hear anything for the rest of, we didn't hear anything for like a year. And then July of this year, they're like, hey, you're getting a company car. And so we're like, we'll just play it off. We didn't really think much of it because last year it got blown off. And then October, like, here was the next step, and then the next step, and the next step. And then finally, like, I got an email on like December 1st saying it was going to be delivered on December 2nd. And wait to hear from the carrier. Never heard from the carrier on the 2nd. So I was like, whatever. I was going about my job. On December 3rd, I get a call like, hey, I'm sitting here with your car. I need you to come get it. And I'm like, sitting where? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I was told it was going to be yesterday. I'm out of town. I'm not even local. I can't, like, I'm an hour away from where you're at. I can't just drive there real quick. And then, so that it was just like a cluster because I was like, okay, I'll head over there. It's just going to be a while. And then he calls me back like 10 minutes later and he's like, oh, by the way, the car doesn't start. And I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't start? He's like, I don't know. It just won't start. And I'm like dead battery? Or he's like, I don't know. It just won't start. I'm like, okay. So I call roadside assistance through work because we can't do anything. It's all work crap. So it's like, I call the roadside assistance service. They come. I'm like, it probably just needs a jump. So they go out. They're like, nope, couldn't jump. There's something more wrong with it than just jumping. And I'm like, okay. So then I'd call my boss or whatever. He's like, don't worry about it. It's not your job to figure all this out. Like, what? The company and the carrier company go back and forth on it. So I'm like, okay. So I stayed where I was. And then, the day ticks on. The guy's like, I'm just going to drop this vehicle off my trailer and leave it right here. And I'm like, well, I can't have him do that. So I call roadside assistance again. I'm like, here's the deal. So finally they came and they like towed the vehicle from this guy's truck to a shop to have it fixed. Then like a week later, the shop calls me and says it's done. And I'm like, I really don't want to go get it. So I'm just going to kind of wait it out and see what happens. And then the shop called the next week while I was on vacation. And then they called the next week. And I was like, well, here's really what I need to do. Like, this vehicle is wrapped. Like, it's got decals and wrap all over it. And it's like bright green. And it says the company info and all that stuff. And we're not supposed to have that on there. It's supposed to get taken off. So it's unmarked. And it's still wrapped. So I was like, I need to put a trouble ticket in to get this thing unwrapped. So I did that. And then like 3 days later, I get a call like, we're going to start charging you to keep this thing here. And then they started going up the chain of my command. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to go get this dang vehicle so my bosses aren't hearing about this, And so like I go pick up the vehicle. And the first thing I notice, so I go pick up the vehicle like Friday night, this last Friday. First thing I noticed, like, oh, cool, the license plates are expired. And then like, oh, cool, the insurance is expired. Oh, cool, this thing is worse in person than I thought it was. Oh, cool, the windshield wipers don't work. The windshield's cracked. And so I'm like, okay, I drive it to my house, I park it, and I'm just like, yeah, well, I got another couple weeks before I'm going to be driving this thing because no way the company's, well, A, I can't drive it without license plates. B, or insurance. C, they're not going to let me drive it with a smashed windshield. D, I can't drive it if the freaking windshield wipers don't work and we're in South Dakota and it's snowing or raining or icing or fogging every single day and I need windshield wipers. So I was like, okay, cool. I got a couple more weeks of trouble tickets and going back and forth, but it's literally we have a fleet management company to handle all this stuff, and it's like they have no idea what is going on with anything. It's like I could make this vehicle disappear, and it's like they would have no idea what is going on with anything. It's just like, come on, guys, keep better track here.
That's
Can I just have a new vehicle, please? Just give me a brand new one that like nobody's destroyed a million times before. So that's my vehicle. So right now, I don't like it wrapped because it's sitting in my front of my house, and it's obvious where I work because it's just wrapped all over the vehicle. And you know, like I don't like being attracted, like center of attention like that. You know, when you're sitting at a stoplight or you go get gas, and then like I don't even like wearing my uniform because I work in the industry where like you're wearing your uniform and you go in somewhere. It's 21 questions. 21 questions. It's like, look, when you come to my place of business, I'm not asking you about gas prices or if your gas is good today. So don't ask me about my business when I'm coming into your business. I'm just trying to fill my car up with gas. Leave me alone. If you want to have those questions, we're open tomorrow. Come on in, you know? Like it probably sounds bad, but it's like when you get it every single place you go to and you start getting to the like, I don't even want to go get groceries after I get done with work if I'm wearing a uniform because you know you're going to face 3 different people asking you questions. That it's just like, no, I can't do this. Like I just, it's worse in the summer when you can't just put a coat on over it, but in the winter, now you're driving that vehicle around all the time. They're going to be knocking on your window at a stoplight like, hey, you know, you can you answer this question for me? Like, no, I can't, dude. You can't talk and drive at the same time. It's against company policy. No way.
Smart company policy. But no, I mean, you don't even have to be wearing, what was I thinking? You don't even have to be wearing a uniform. Like, all you have to do is dress nice. You have to wear a shirt and a tie and walk around a sales floor, and people will just start asking you questions.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Nuts.
I get asked questions all the time, like when I'm even in businesses that I don't work at, if I'm just like standing around like waiting for somebody to help me. And because I usually like I don't run out in my Man Mud Mafia shirt or things like I'm usually dressed decently nice. I'm kind of preppy dressed usually. And you know, so people are usually just like they think I work there or something for some reason. I don't know. I guess I look like I work everywhere that I go, which maybe it's because I make eye contact with people. I don't know. Everybody keeps telling me don't make eye contact with people, but like I just feel like it's a respect thing, and I have issues with that. But you make eye contact, and it like opens the door for conversation, and it's like I do not work here. Yeah, like sorry, ma'am, but I can't help you with the laxatives. I don't work here.
It's like, no, I believe I saw one of those in the clearance aisle on like that type of stuff. When I did my when I had to wear a tie and suit and all that jazz all the time, back when anytime I go into like JCPenney's or Kohl's or something like that, I would just get stopped on the sales floor all the time, just being asked random stuff. Apparently, normal people don't dress nice. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on where you live, but like, yeah, the other day I was in Shields. I was like picking up a new pair of shoes in Shields, and I was kind of working at the same time. I mean, like, I say kind of because it was like I was in between working, but I stopped at Shields to get a new pair of shoes, and so I was just normal dressed, but I'm trying shoes on, and like somebody thought I worked there, and it's like, when do you ever see the workers just trying on shoes? Like. They're not. Where's my radio? Where's my name tag? Like, I obviously do not work here. But you know, I guess I don't know. Like, some people say I'm super approachable, and some people say I'm super standoffish. So I guess it just depends on if you like beards or not.
That's true. That's where it's at. So what you got going on this week? Anything fun, exciting, other than Clint?
Yeah, so I'm reviewing Clint this week. which he's already at the below average mark just because he's a Steelers fan. So he's got a lot of work to do to get above the average mark. So we're releasing the new FRS scoring system this week. And for anybody that didn't watch the video, you can go back and watch the video on that. But I clickbaited it pretty good, and I didn't really realize it until after I posted it that it was kind of clickbaity because it's like say goodbye, and I was like, we're saying goodbye to the faithful ranker score, you know. But I had talked to Clint about this prior because I wanted to make sure he was cool with the new system before. Like, I'd like to make sure that the company that is going to be the first one to experience the new system is comfortable with it, because a lot of times they want the old system, or they want to be a part of the new system. So I just ran it by him to make sure he was cool with it. And you know, I think it's super hard when you have some of your really top companies and you're like, this could be my number one company, and it's a 9.6. And then you have somebody else that's probably could be a 9.6 as well. Or it starts getting into like, oh, this is a 9.623 or a 9.621. But that one, you know, just because of one little thing, the way math works, they're like, this is the number one company. You know, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I think it gives companies something to strive for. But like I was telling Clint, it's just like, so if we have like two companies at 9.6, we have a whole bunch at like 9.2. Like when you look at that, you have two that are pretty much top shelf. Then you have some that are probably above average. Then you have the average at like 8.8. But to get to that 8.8 average, you're like 50 companies down the line. So it doesn't really look like an average type company. It looks like, oh, look at the bottom of the barrel guys down here. But it's really not. They're the average type beard company. So I was like, I think I just need to simplify it. And as the more reviews you get, the harder it is to continue with numbers and trying to do that. And like, I've never seen anybody, like, there's never a perfect 10. And, you know, somebody's like, well, your number one beard company should be a 10. It's like, well, not necessarily, because if I rate a bunch of mediocre beard companies, and like a 10 in my eyes, that's perfection. Like, you didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing you can improve upon. And it's still perception, because if I were to, like, just looking at like Define Beard Company, labels are pretty simplistic. It's black and white. Normally, I don't like that. But when I see that it's his brand and it flows all the way across the board, other than Lemon Delight, now it works. And the same thing with like Brocass. I don't like, you know, like the fact that he uses a Sharpie on the labels. To me, I don't like that. But when you realize that that's the brand, that's how he saves the money to give you cheaper prices, and that's his thing, like he does it across the board, and that's how he does business, now it makes sense. So you can't rate everybody exactly fair. So I think it comes down to like, I just want to do like overall, this is an average beard company, it's an above average beard company, it's well above average, or it's like, this is my top shelf type beard company. And I think it'll be pretty simplistic and still be able to give people feedback on like, okay, so you're an average beer company, and this is why I have you ranked at an average beer company, because your carrier blend felt it just felt average to me. I wasn't like blown away by anything. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, the scent profiles lasted 4 to 6 hours. That's pretty average. The price is pretty average. You know, here's what you could do to improve to get above that, you know, to get up into well above average or top shelf, you know, like things like that. And I don't even know if you can realistically tell anybody how to get top shelf, you know, like I have a really hard time telling people how to get to top shelf, because it's like, I don't think that there's an exact way to get to top shelf. I think it's something that your scents, for me, just have to rock, you know, like they just have to be like, I can pick up any scent with this company and it's really good. I have to be able to put it in my beard and it's just like great. And I couldn't even tell you right off the top of my head, I couldn't even name a carrier blend of like, do that and it's going to be great, because where you source from is all different. The ratios that you use is all different. And like I said, I have some oils with the exact same carrier blend as the next one that feel completely different. So that just tells me that the mathematical side of it, of portions, where you source from, possibly your fragrances, because no one ever talks about that, but the amount of fragrance to oil matters, plus your fragrance blend, your fragrance brand, where you source your fragrances from, could also have an impact on feel as well. Some could be stickier than the others, which could change the feel of the whole beard oil in general. So I think where you get your fragrances from could also matter. So it's super interesting and hard at the same time to say, like, this is what you need to do to get top shelf, because without knowing exactly in and out of everything from every company, it's like you're never gonna be able to do that, and you throw vitamin E in there and you put a little bit too much. Well, now you're changing the whole consistency profile of your beard oil. And the same with any carrier oil, right? Like your ratios can change the whole consistency of your carrier blend. So it's different. And some carrier oils smell a little bit stronger, and they try to cover them up with fragrance, and then you have more fragrance than you would like, or more fragrance than this company, or the thing that I've realized the most is the ones that feel the best in my beard are the lightest smelling ones. And so to me, that tells me they're putting less fragrance in, and you're not having that ratio of fragrance higher to mitigate the level of oil blend in there. So the more oil blend, the better it feels. And so I've been kind of experimenting with, if I get an oil from a company that's scented and then I get a non-scented, is there a difference in feel and beard because you don't have that little bit different ratio of oils compared to fragrance in there? And if that is the case, now we can go back to companies and say, okay, so if you're making an unscented oil, are you using the exact same ratios, or are you making up the difference of what little bit of fragrance would be in there with an oil of some sort? Because if you are, it's changing the feel in the beard. It's all science.
It is. It's interesting.
And that's what's awesome. What's up, Corey? How you doing, brother?
And I think definitely like skin safe fragrance oils that don't use alcohol, that are, they're expensive too. That's the other downfall, is the nice ones, the good ones, they cost. So I definitely feel for companies too when they have, basically the same price across the board, but one has 10 different fragrance oils in it, and the other one only has, one or two, and it's just I think that's a challenge too. Though I guess you can only go above a certain percent, so no matter what, you're not using any more per se, but if that makes sense at all.
Ratios matter in everything. You talk motor oil and things like that you're putting in your vehicle, like ratios matter. Gasoline that runs through your vehicle, ratios matter. All that stuff can change. It's science, it's chemistry, it all affects everything. And to think that wouldn't affect necessarily our beard feel is crazy. And then you think about the porosity and the makeup of your beard. It's just different. And that's why, like, in a lot of places that it's regulated, they don't want you to do too much of this because of ratios. Like Corey said, ratios are king. It really is. And I don't think it gets talked about enough of how important the ratios to things are. So, like, that's something that I'm kind of working on the side a little bit, is like getting unscented stuff and seeing if it feels any different than the scented stuff from the same company. Like, does that make a difference? And then understanding if the company changes anything from scented to unscented. Is it the same exact blend? They're just not adding fragrance in, or are they making up that little bit of a ratio difference with more carrier blend? I don't know.
It's interesting.
So it's an interesting concept to think about on that for sure. What's up, Papa Smurf? How you doing? How's Baby Smurf and Wifey Smurf and every other Smurf? Every Smurf good tonight?
All the Smurferitas, Smurfettes, all the blues.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, like, grapeseed oil is just getting canned all over the place. Thanks, Mick and Ryan. I blame you guys. Grapeseed oil is just getting canned everywhere. The grapeseed oil manufacturers right now are they're scratching, they're running, they're just like, our sales are dropping. Nobody's buying grapeseed oil anymore.
I feel like grapeseed can be a reasonable oil. You just have to use it in a timely manner. That's just the downfall of grapeseed oil. It doesn't last as long. There are better oils out there, but that's the truth with anything. I was looking through Nicholas Beardworks and all of his different oils, and some of them I've never even heard of yet. And it's just interesting because the more you dig into carrier oils and unique, specifically unique carrier oils, they're endless, just endless. What's out there, like black cumin seed oil or black seed oil has been out there for a very long time in the cosmetic side of things. They use it in shampoos and conditioners and all this other jazz. For direct topicals, and there's tons of, stuff on it. But in the beard community, it's really only come up in, the past couple months as being a thing, not to say that some companies weren't using it beforehand, but, it's just, it's really interesting how many better oils are out there per se. But there's nothing wrong with grapeseed oil, in my opinion. I just think you have to use it in a timely manner, and you have to have the right beard for that, the right porosity for that carrier.
Yeah, because like Mick and Ryan, they don't like the feel of grapeseed. I don't think they've ever had it go bad. I think it really affects their beard, particularly. So, it just seems like a lot of people are going away from grapeseed, and it's a cheaper oil, but it's a cheaper like oil to get, and so people that are replacing with more expensive oils, which there's nothing but respect for that. I mean, that's huge. What's up, Liam, man? How you doing? I'm sure, like, give me a thumbs up if you're high right now. I mean, I just want to know, are you sitting in the garage, by the bike, by the truck? But so what's up, Bushy? How you doing, man? Another South Dakota boy up in here. We had 3 South Dakotans in here tonight at one time. That's awesome. What do you got planned for this week, man?
Me? Oh, nothing. Mostly just working and surviving. That seems to be the thing. I'm going to try to that IG Live I did the other week where I blew through like 3 or 4 different topics. I'm going to try to fish out the humectants, emollients, and inclusives and try to explain that a little bit better. I think that'll be my video for this coming week. So.
Yeah, I'm excited. Are you going to be filming this week on your new camera, or are you still in the process of getting that like squared away how you want to?
So I have to play around with it some more, but thanks to this awesome memory card I have now, I should be able to use the camera, play with it a little bit. I just have to. I've never actually uploaded something on YouTube from a computer. It's always been from my phone. So I have to play around. I realized how much better the editing potential is when you use YouTube Studio on the website. Oh
yeah, it's way better than the app.
Yeah, way better than doing it on the phone for sure. What you got there?
Let's see if I can get my camera to take this.
Is that a comb?
Yeah. So Matthew Bell just came in here from Bell's Woodworking. He made this little mini comb. I'm just going to keep it right here because you can see it better. He made this little mini comb and sent it out to me, and it arrived like literally 2 weeks late. But, I mean, it arrived. So, and I say mini comb, it's still really like big sized for my hands and for me in general. But when you talk about his normal, like he's known for those like super duper thick, huge wood combs, and I don't have one right next to me. Otherwise, I'd show you the difference. But this is like, I mean, these are strong. Like you're not gonna snap this in your pocket very easily. So, yeah, Matt, I got it. It's awesome. I can tell already just by like the wood that he used, like how cool it's going to look after a while when that oil from the beard starts soaking up into that light colored wood. It's going to start changing the wood color a little bit because the oil's soaking in. So I think that's going to be really cool over time.
Yeah, it's a really cool comb for sure.
He does some really good woodworking stuff. I have a cutting board that I had him make one time too, a butcher block type cutting board. Super good. Super awesome. So he does really good work.
That's one thing I haven't really gone too much in. I've got like horns and the cellulose acetate combs and such things. That I haven't gone to carbon fiber yet. But the other thing I haven't done is I have some wood combs, but I really haven't had a wood comb that I like enough to use all the time. So that's just another. I think it's just like potato, oxhorn wood. Whatever your preference is, because you're going to act in a similar manner.
Well, and when you see what you do, I mean, when you blow it up in a microscope, it's like I said, I mean, that's the stuff that I'm just like, this is cool. Like you see jagged or you don't, or you see some or you see a little or you see a lot. It's crazy when you blow things up under a microscope. So, I've always kind of just went traditional. Like I don't use combs very often. I really don't. I'm more of a brush guy. I don't like comb. I mean, it's not that I don't like combs. It's just they don't style my beard good enough. I need a brush. So, but I mean, I have the Chicago comb. I think it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's just too light for me. I'd rather have a heavier comb, like a Kent comb, or like the acetate comb or whatever.
Yeah, Silence acetate.
Yeah. I really like the Beard Brand comb and that style, but they're really expensive. Like $12-15 for a comb, when it's like I can go to Walmart and get a wet brush for $7. And for me, like the wet brush is like universal. I can use it on my head hair and my beard hair and do everything, and Aubrey's hair. And it's just like, we have like 4 wet brushes right now, and it's just like amazing. Like, I don't know. I really like it for the price and what it does with my beard. So it's hard to, like, I still take combs and stuff. I just don't use them very often, not like I used to. And then when I start getting combs and I leave them laying all over, I used to have the problem where I'd always just grab a comb and be combing. So it's like I tried to break that habit by not using combs really and not having them in every vehicle. And now I just stopped using combs, I guess.
Yeah, I using like a detangling brush or like a wet brush, like you were talking about. That was I think I bought mine too early in my beard length career. But once I started getting that length, man, those things are amazing. They really just shape up and style. And, you can, if you want to like get that roll back, it's real easy with them versus trying to get a comb. And
you don't need a round brush if you have a wet brush, because you can just, as you're brushing down, you can just kind of twist and brush, and it's going to put a curl in it. It's going to get the curl out of your jaw if you want. I mean, there's so many different things that it's amazing for, but it is what it is. And, I think I'd like to see beard companies carry brushes more, like more brushes. And, you see a lot of like boar bristle brushes and stuff. And I think those have their place, and it depends on like time of year. If I'm using balm and trying to get stuff to lock in, I think a boar's bristle brush is good. But I've really kind of just been letting my beard do what it wants to do lately. It's so hard when you like, I go between work and then like doctors and stuff. So it's like between all that stuff, I'm wearing a mask so much that it's just like, I don't even try to fight that. It's just like, let my beard do what it wants to do and stuff. So a wet brush is just a type of brush. It's just a hairbrush. The brand is Wet Brush, and it's amazing.
Yeah, if you're looking for look for a detangling brush, really, that's pretty much what you're going to
grab one real quick. Aubrey, bring me your brush real quick. Bring me your brush. I'm not going to brush your hair. I want to show people.
Like she wasn't sure if that was a threat or not.
Oh, did you hear me?
A little bit.
Oh, my mic was supposed to be muted. Weird. I pressed the mute button.
It was slightly muted.
Weird. Yeah, she thinks I'm gonna brush. She's like, no. I'm like, I'm not gonna brush your hair. I just want to show people. I mean, I could get up and go get it myself, but that seems kind of pointless when I have a kid. They say have kids to do things for you. Like, that's what they say. My mom always told me that. Like, you have kids to do things for you. And my kid rebels. She's at that age where it's like rebelling. I have this really long gray hair that just likes to do what it wants. And it's like just doing all sorts of crazy things. Okay, I'm going to go grab a wet brush. I'll be right back so I can show.
Anyway, so
all right, I'm getting myself.
For those of you that don't know, like the detangling brushes, they're the ones with like the little spines on it, and they're usually fanned out as such. And yeah, they're really good. Like Tyso was saying, there he is. He'll show you one right now.
Yeah, so like yeah, see, that's why he has kids, right?
Right.
So I have like two different styles of wet brushes. So I have like the standard style, which needs to be replaced super bad, but it's just gold standard, like detangling brush. It says wet brush right here, but it's just a detangling brush. I used it so much, like some of my bristles are falling out. But this is what I would normally like do my beard with, style with, and comb my hair. But then there's also like this style, which is really good if you're using a blow dryer because it doesn't put too much heat like stuck on your beard because it lets it pass through. So you're getting the airwaves through, but it's still a wet brush and it's contoured a little bit. So you can see it like contour to the side of your face a little bit more. And this is just wet brush as well. If the camera wants to focus, it's like in that Lux logo too much. So wet brush, but you can pick these up at like Walmart or Target or anything like that for like $9 or Amazon. But I mean, you have them at Walmart. I can promise you that. You work at Walmart, they're there. Go to the brush section, just find a brush like this. It'll say wet brush on the handle. They have mini ones, which I don't like. But it's just something about, I don't know, even normal brushes, like other brushes that look like this, don't do the same thing. It's like something that the brand wet brush does. Maybe it's like how hard the bristles are or not hard.
That makes sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't actually own a wet brush brand. I think mine's like I don't know, whatever, from Target, Conair something or another. But yeah, either way, they're not bad. They're like $7 for a couple brushes or whatnot. So can't complain about that, especially with the styling potential.
Yeah. Yeah, they really help with styling. So other than that, let's see what else is going on this week. Clint stuff. I'm going to do a video tomorrow, but I don't even know what I'm going to do it on yet. I'll think about it tonight a little bit. It was a super busy weekend. I'm going to most likely spend some time with Aubrey's first grade teacher, which yeah, you know about that, and that's kind of a fun story and interesting. But so that'll be good. And then work, and I have like therapy, like physical therapy, like 3 times this week. So holy cow, I just actually turned on the game, gonna start drinking now. Yeah, I mean, like you thought we were joking. Like it literally is like 28-0 last time I checked.
Jeez. I don't know, usually it's not that bad of a blowout, but
well, it's usually the other way around, right?
Right. But even then, at least there's like 1 point, or not 1 point, but you know, 1 field goal, a kick, something.
Yeah.
Just a shutout right now.
Let's see if it's still 28-0. It looks like it. Can you show that brush again working right now? Yeah, so here's the standard wet brush, Russ, and it doesn't have to be golden sparkly if you don't want it to be. This is just one I bought for Aubrey, and she didn't like it. She called it the Gold Devil. So and this looks like this. If it's not pink, she doesn't want to use it. Like, this is the Gold Devil, and I have a red one. She's like, no, that's the Red Devil. So it has to be pink, otherwise she won't use it. And it just says wet brush on the handle right here. So that's like the standard type one. It's going to be called like the wet brush detangler brush. And then there's like this one that's like see-through. I like this for blow drying because you're not putting all that heat directly on your hair and getting trapped in the brush. It's allowed to go through the brush, so you're less likely to singe your hair. So I'm the first person that's ever mentioned. I've heard a couple other people talk about it, but I keep talking about it because it's the one that I always use. And every time I try like a boar bristle or oxhorn or any other type of comb, everybody's on the Chicago comb kick right now. And it's just like, these still beat out all of those for me. So, and they're $8 or $9, and you can literally walk into Target or Walmart, Walgreens, and buy them. And you can't do that with like Chicago combs or anything like that right now. So
no, I will say that I still like the concept of a wood or ox horn for spreading product out. But when it comes down to like finishing off the beard, those are the things that I'm using now for sure. As well, not right now, but when I get back to that stage, those will be the things that I will be using.
Gonna give Wet Brush a try. Cool. Okay, so now I need a collab with Wet Brush since a lot of people are gonna buy Wet Brushes. We need to do like the Faithfully Bearded collab with Wet Brush, and we'll do like blue, like a dark blue or purple handle with like white bristles or something. I don't know, or white with dark blue or purple bristles. Like we'll just colorize it to Faithfully Bearded. It'll be like Wet Brush with my face on it somewhere, and my logo on it. I mean, that's got to happen. Actually, I think Wet Brush went out of business. I think they got bought out by somebody, but I'm not sure. It's an awesome brush. That's all I know.
Happens. I'm curious to see how many people go out and get that now. Yeah,
everybody, if you go out and do get one, like, let me know. Like, just hit me up on IG or something and just let me know like what you think of it after you use it once, because I know like McMahon, he doesn't use a particular wet brush, but he uses his daughter's brush that is a lot like this, and he loves it. He's like, it's the best brush I've ever had. So if you guys, I know a few other people that really like them, so let me know what you guys think of them, because I'm interested if we could somehow get Wet Brush to do something with somebody in the beard community or a company or something to offer brushes, and maybe it'll keep them in business, since I think, from what I understand, somehow they got bought out, or I don't know. You can't buy on their website. You can see their brushes, and that directs you to like retailers.
Interesting.
Small dip on the right side of your beard. Yeah, like a wet brush right in that dip. Grab and curl out like a little bit, and some heat. And that'll get that dip out.
I'm actually curious to see like styling potential. People that were whatever they were styling with, post a picture, and then the next day with their wet brush or detangling brush, post a picture, and then see what changes they had for them.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the wet brush or if it's just knowing my porosity and what products work really well on my beard, but I never have tangles, ever. I can brush right out of the shower with this and I can go up, and there's never a tangle in my beard. And I don't use co-wash or conditioner ever, so.
Braggart.
I think it's just understanding the porosity of your beard and what your beard really likes to stay healthy and good, or this thing really is a magic bolt brush. It's just maybe all sorts of magic. I don't know. Yeah, see, Clint says the same. All right. Make a video doing what? Combing my beard up from the bottom. I think I have a few like morning routine videos that I actually show it in, but I can make another one. Like morning routine videos are always fun because I feel like our morning routine changes all the time because we figure out something different or we try something different and we like it.
No, my morning routine's so boring right now.
Yeah, wake up and just put some oil in and don't really have to style. But you got to style the stash. Or do you not even do it?
Well, when I still put a little bit of mustache wax in just to keep it, off my lip during the day. But I mean, once I put the mask on, it just weighs it all down, and it just looks dull and boring by the end of the day for sure. But I still put a little something in it. That way, when I have my moments where I'm drinking something or I'm going to eat lunch, I can, it'll still have some hold when I pull it out.
Yeah.
But I can't make it look all nice and pretty at work. It's a shame.
Stupid masks. I mean, like really? I mean, no, I'm just kidding. Like I am pro mask, honestly. So.
Well, so far the flu season's like gone, negated, absent.
Yeah, is there like a flu season? Like what's happening?
Not really.
Yeah,
if someone has the flu, they pretty much have. Well, I mean, no, I don't even. we're still testing for flu, but I don't think I've seen a positive flu test so far this year, in inpatient anyways. Pretty much just COVID, but we're still running, our hospital's still running around 90 to 100 COVID positive patients a day for our census right now. So it's still pretty crazy. What you doing there?
I see a hair, like one hair that's hanging down, and I don't know if it's like a loose one that needs to come out, but I can't. I mean, the camera's backwards, so it's hard. Oh, nope, it's attached. All right, cool.
Safe.
Yeah, safe. It's attached. It's not coming out. So, I suppose I should probably get running here. It's been an hour and a half, and Aubrey needs to get to bed because school is back on tomorrow. So,
yeah.
And I got to go meet up with Aubrey's first grade teacher for some parent-teacher conferences, even though she's in third grade. So,
hope you get some good insights.
Oh, for sure, good insights, and definitely it'll help Aubrey grow up to be better in school. It's funny. Yeah. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. I think Beta's streaming, so if you guys want to watch somebody, Beta's live right now, and the Steelers might actually score a point. So let's see. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. 5 a.m. does come early. And thanks, Jason. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the members of the channel. Appreciate you, Mason, for joining me. Everybody that watched, everybody that gives a thumbs up, thumbs down, anything like that. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. I mean, realistically, we get to come on here, hit a video to go live, and just chit-chat as friends, and have everybody in the chat come in as friends, and just shoot the crap and get to hang out with the buds, and it's super cool. It's super fun. And so I just appreciate everybody for, taking time out of their night to listen or to watch or to participate. It's really means a lot to me. And Mason, for your time, for coming in and hanging out, getting some rest time on the couch, and for your wife letting you. So tell your wife thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys in a video tomorrow. Mason will have a video this week. We'll have a review this week. We'll have a live stream next Sunday. And we're going to try to get some live stream stuff set up for you guys so you can, draw funny pictures on our faces or something while we're live streaming. We're going to make it more interactive. So, all right, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good week, and go Browns, I guess. And then we'll start focusing on